Oh, baby, we got a juicy one. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We're going to talk about how Strongman, me, Christopher Belly, certified CPA accountant, tracks his profit and loss. Because instead of paying for QuickBooks $15 a month, $30 a month, $45 a month, my business is still simple enough, and there's really not enough transaction volume to justify paying for software. And I can be insanely profitable by not paying anything, except for some expenses, which we'll see in a second. But here is how Strongman Personal Finance tracks his profit and loss, starting in 2023. Because the more work that you do during the year, the less time you're going to have to spend doing your taxes and hunting down old revenues and expenses and generally wasting your time and hating your life. So here is how I do it. It's very, very simple. On the top here, in lines 1 through 11, I have my gross income by source. We got Wyzant right here. Wyzant is my tutoring site. I haven't done any tutoring, and I'm probably not going to do any tutoring, especially with tax season coming up. No, sir. I've got PayPal, where I get money deposited, and all these deposits here are not friends and family. They're not whatever. These are actually business-related deposits. Now, if it's somebody sending me money for paying for food, I wouldn't include that here. That's not business income. These are my deposits to my PayPal for business. And then I have my deposits for YouTube, Venmo, Cash App, and whatever other pops up that I can eventually add to here, okay? And all I do is I have each deposit by account that I list here, and I sum it up. Now, I have these numbers right here. I don't know why. I'm actually going to delete that right now. I actually just made this. But what it does is it sums up all the numbers, and at the end of it, it gives me my total income by account. So as we can see, I've had a total of almost $3,000 of business income deposited into my PayPal. And this is an unusual month, okay? I don't usually make that much from my business. I wish I did, but I don't, okay? I'm not, oh, look at me, I make $3,000 a month from PayPal. No, it's not how it works. So I've had $3,000 deposited into PayPal, and I am about to get paid. I don't know why YouTube hasn't paid me yet, but I'm about to get paid $1,630 from YouTube for a total, as of January 21st, $4,595 of gross income. This is income before expenses. Below, I have my expenses here, okay? I got advertising, thumbnails, and the advertising, it ain't what you think, but we'll talk about that later. We got thumbnail expense. I've paid people to do thumbnails before. I'm not sure I'm going to do that again, but that's here just in case. I've got Google Meet. I paid $9.95 a month where I can get unlimited conference calls. I can schedule appointments, do private tutoring, whatever. Seminars, that's what I use it for. I haven't incurred any expenses yet, but I will by the end of the month. And I've got PayPal fees, because what PayPal does is they charge you by deposit. So you can see the associated deposit, and then you can see the associated PayPal fee with that. Now, what I do is, once again, I total up the expense by amount, and then I have the total expense here. Now, you see these trues. What is this? Well, these are the deposits and income and expenses for January. And what these do is these feed into a summary chart that actually goes through and totals up everything for the year. So basically, once a month, all I have to do is pull up my PayPal statement, add all the deposits there, make sure they're business related, put all the fees that I've incurred, anything else, load it all into here every single month, and then it feeds into the summary page. Now, like I said, that true number is making sure that the number here matches the total over here. I want to make sure that I'm reporting, or my information is feeding properly. You definitely want to do that with your summary sheets. But here I've got some more things going on. So basically the total by month is included here. I've got my total expenses and my total gross income. That's before any expenses are deducted. And then I have a couple more calculations, which I think will interest you here. Now this down here, this is my W-2 stuff. I actually have like a full, like a pro forma 1040 so I can calculate exactly how much in estimated payments I need to do. I'm not going to show you that because I'm not going to show you how much I make from my job. But I actually have my W-2 earnings down here. I have my gross income, withholdings, blah, blah, blah. And that helps me. I can basically construct a ever-evolving tax form, and I can put projections in there that tell me exactly how much tax I'm going to owe. But like I said, I'm not going to show you that because you can kiss my butt, okay? I make $5 an hour. So let's see what else I have here. So I have my net income here. My net income is my gross income from my business. These are all business-related transactions minus my expenses. I don't have any depreciation. I don't have any business assets. I've already fully depreciated everything. I just have these expenses here. Okay, so I have my net income, which for this month so far is $4,469. I guess I could calculate the profit margin. It's probably like a 95% profit margin. And then I have my self-employment tax. Now, what this does is this feeds into my 1040, like I said. Your self-employment tax is your Social Security and your Medicare for self-employed individuals because the government likes to tax the death out of you. And the calculation, I've got the formula here, but basically you take the net income, you multiply it by 0.92, and then you multiply it by 0.153. And that gives you your self-employment tax, which will show up on your tax form, usually on page 2 of the 1040. And you have to pay that. That's your Medicare and Social Security. So I calculate my self-employment tax here, and then I calculate my Fed tax. Now you see it's times 0.12. Why do I have it times 0.12? Well, based on my projected income, I'm going to be in the 12% tax bracket. All the additional income that I make from self-employment is going to be in the 12% tax bracket. Now, if I keep giving net income like this, no, I'm going to the next tax bracket. But like I said, this is an unusual month. But I think in general, based on my projected business earnings, I think I'm going to be in the 12% tax bracket. Thank you, standard deduction, married filing jointly, and being the only one that works. So I take my business net income and I multiply it by 12%. That's the tax. That's basically roughly the tax, the federal taxes that I'm going to owe on that net income. And then you multiply, or you add the self-employment tax and the federal tax. That is your total federal tax that you theoretically owe for that month based on your profit and loss, the self-employment and the federal. Then I go down and I say, Virginia. Oh, yes, sir. Virginia. I got my Virginia tax here. So I take my net income, which is 4.4 times 5.75%. Why is that? That's the tax bracket I'm in for Virginia, okay? And then I have my total tax. So on the net income of 4.4, I have a total tax roughly, and like I said, you have to flow it into a 1040. It's not as simple as this. I roughly am going to owe taxes, $1,424 of taxes, okay? And that's literally it. So instead of doing QuickBooks, I can just punch some numbers into here and boom, 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 bada bing, bada boom. It all feeds directly into the summary. And by the time tax time comes around, I've got my total income by source. I got my total business income. I have a very good idea of what all my profit and loss, self-employment tax, and it all feeds directly into my 1040. And I can say, okay, this is exactly what I'm going to owe. So when I file my taxes, I just punch in these numbers and I'm done. Because you don't want to just hold this off to the end of the year, because then you're going to have to go look on Wyzan or wait for the 1099. You're going to have to go through all your PayPal statements. You're going to have to wait for your 1099 from your YouTube channel. You're going to have to go through all your Venmo and Cash App statements. And you're going to just have to look around and find all this crap. Where if you do it month by month and just take a little bit of time, you're good. You're done. Okay? And even if you don't have a reportable tax form, because, they delayed the tax forms, the 1099Ks for, payment processors, they're eventually changing the rules. But basically, even if you don't get some kind of tax form, if you've generated income, somebody has paid you for services, it's still reportable. So if I only made $50 the whole year on Cash App, I'm still going to report that $50. I'm doing that this year. I'm not going to get a tax form from Cash App, but I made $100-something from Cash App last year, and I'm going to report that on my taxes. That's what you have to do. So this is roughly how I do it. This isn't ready to be released to the public yet, and I don't even think I ever will, to be perfectly honest, because I don't want people doing something stupid with it. But this is basically what I do. I think it's really simple. I don't have to pay for QuickBooks. That increases my profitability. And maybe I should do something about this. I don't know. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you later. Cheers!